Jay-Z, you're just like Diddy. I can't stand your arrogant, condescending attitude. Nicki posted a video of you wearing a pink wig, and I retweeted it. Nothing more. You deserved it. Everyone knows about our feud. It's been going on for over 20 years. I've seen all your manipulation in the industry, from power struggles to cultural control. In 2015, when Tidal launched, Nicki helped you build it from nobody to a successful platform, and you immediately pocketed her $7.9 million in royalties. Lil Wayne was qualified for the Super Bowl, but you kicked him out of personal grudges. How is that any different from Diddy forcing his artists to sign unfair contracts? Just because Nicki didn't align with him, he resorts to this kind of suppression. You're truly despicable. What's even more interesting is that right after I showed him and his father's photo in the documentary Sean Combs' A Reckoning, you immediately had your lawyer send me a warning letter saying I overstepped my bounds. When you wrote the lyrics to exonerate Diddy back then, why didn't you think about today? You say the film is malicious slander, but why don't you dare sue me for defamation? Because all the evidence I have is true. I haven't finished reporting the witnesses in my documentary, and I haven't released all the Tidal profit sharing documents. If you know what's good for you, pay back what you owe Nicki with interest. Don't wait until I make Jay-Z Reckoning 2, by which time even Beyonce's PR team won't be able to save you.
Jay goes, let's get it straight. Nobody's afraid of 50 Cent.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
At that point, his safe presentation, even the glasses, what the glasses represent? Intelligence, right? A nerd, maybe? What are some of the things that come along with you being a nerd? Like, don't hit a guy with fly. He's not identifying with the transition and difference and the perception of Jay-Z. Now he's really safe, and people feel comfortable with him because they know he's not going to do anything inappropriate or try not to. Meanwhile, when he's saying he's not afraid of 50 Cent, why would you have to make that clear when no one...
Jay-Z, you're just like Diddy. I can't stand your arrogant, condescending attitude. Nicki posted a video of you wearing a pink wig, and I simply retweeted it. Nothing more. You deserved it. Everyone knows about our feud. It's been going on for over 20 years. I've seen all your manipulation in the industry, from power struggles to cultural control. Back in 2015, when Tidal launched, Nicki helped you build it from nothing into a successful platform. And then you immediately pocketed her $7.9 million in royalties. Lil Wayne was qualified for the Super Bowl, but you pushed him out over personal grudges. How is that any different from Diddy forcing his artists to sign unfair contracts? Just because Nicki didn't align with you, you resorted to suppression tactics. It's truly despicable. What's even more interesting is that right after I showed a photo of you and your father in the documentary Sean Combs' A Reckoning, you immediately had your lawyer send me a warning letter claiming I had overstepped my bounds. When you wrote lyrics back then to defend Diddy, did you ever think about how they would look today? You say the film is malicious slander, but why don't you sue me for defamation? Because the evidence I have is real. I haven't even finished presenting the witness accounts in my documentary. I haven't released all the Tidal profit-sharing documents yet. If you know what's good for you, pay back what you owe Nicki with interest. Don't wait until I release Jay-Z Reckoning Part 2. By then, not even Beyonce's PR team will be able to save you.
Even though Jay lawyer came out and said it now.
Because Jay-Z and Puff was given an assignment. And that was to destroy East Coast rap. And what I mean by that, and I know people gonna be like, yo, Gene is out of his mind and everything like that. Check this out, bro. Is that New York rappers was getting 80 to 100, 800 to 1.2 million, or some larger than that, and sign with labels back then. And they was getting a lot of money to make albums and records. When they had guys down south that these labels was paying $250,000, $300,000 on record deals, and these guys was bringing back platinum albums and everything like that. So what they had to do was, they had to keep New York rappers down. That's one reason, other than the Irv Gotti that 50 was going through and the poison they was putting in about 50, he had to go elsewhere to California or with Jay and not with Dre and Eminem to get a deal. They did not want East Coast rappers to get big. They were suppressing all new artists that was coming out of New York. Jay and Diddy was doing that. That's why when I heard your story, because I knew this for a long time, but when I heard Dame Dash that Jay wouldn't sign off on nothing, Jay wouldn't do this and Jay would that, because he couldn't let a Cameron blow up. He couldn't let an East Coast rapper like Beanie Siegel blow up. Because him and Diddy was giving that deal, we gotta keep these East Coast rappers down. Because down south rappers, Cash Money, No Limit, Ludacris and them, they was taking little money and bringing back more money.
For years, the alleged tension between 50 Cent and Jay-Z existed in fragments, coded lyrics, subtle jabs in interviews, and hip-hop folklore repeated so often it started to feel like fact. This documentary removes the mythology and examines the narrative as evidence, not gossip. Both artists rose as architects of modern rap power, yet they navigated the industry with radically different blueprints. One thrived on confrontation and calculated disruption. The other mastered consolidation, influence, and strategic alliances. What ultimately comes into focus isn't simply a personal feud. It's a fundamental contrast in how power is constructed, exercised, and quietly protected. And if true power operates most effectively when it appears effortless, then the real question isn't about emotion at all. It's whether this rivalry was ever personal, or whether it was always about two systems colliding.
When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
No, he had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was
At
one.
the same time,
After that, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
Absolutely, he's been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
I'm saying shit you didn't see.
Nah, he deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it was like this, like Black Excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. You're like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you niggas this year.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation, bro. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
In the era of physical sales, release dates weren't creative coincidences. They were strategic decisions, calculated moves made by those who controlled distribution, radio rotation, and promotional pipelines. From 50 Cent's perspective, competition didn't look like an open battlefield. It looked like pressure applied through systems already owned by the same powerful players. When access to exposure determines who gets seen and heard, success begins to feel engineered rather than earned. And if control of the market ultimately decides the winner, at what point does competition end and obstruction quietly take its place? Look.
It will outgross Diddy's documentary. If Beyonce sends me a legal letter on behalf of Jay-Z, I remind her to stay quiet. This is a dispute between men, and she has no right to interfere. I have to let everyone see the true face of Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Diddy have been longtime friends, and their business dealings never stopped. He frequently attends Diddy's parties, so why do people think he's innocent? Jay-Z and Diddy got involved in the same case in 2024, where a victim claimed she was assaulted by both Jay-Z and Diddy. I remember Jay-Z saying these were all rumors and that he was defending Diddy. But ironically, Diddy got arrested in 2025. And there's enough evidence to count his crimes on one hand. I've known him for 20 years, and I know how many bad things they've done behind the scenes. After Jay-Z founded his company, he repeatedly got into copyright disputes. In 1999, he was convicted of third-degree assault and served time in prison. He was unfaithful to Beyonce, and he was caught by Beyonce's sister. I think everyone has seen the footage of him getting beaten up in the elevator. I've already gathered the evidence, and I'm going to give Jay-Z a surprise.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy.
I don't know. That was a real suburb question.
Yeah, I know, right?
Proximity.
And the proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Do you think he fucking knew all of the shit that was going on? Yeah, that was like a...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it...
Like I said...
No matter how you answer that shit, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of question.
Yeah. You asked the question like a fan.
Hey, I grew up with white people, but one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question. Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, it wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Leshimendua.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson. That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the Branson lifestyle. You're going to be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real or not.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why.
While domestic charts help shape public perception, international markets often tell a subtler, less managed story about true demand and global reach. This documentary challenges the assumption that visibility automatically equals dominance. Instead, it argues that marketing power and media alignment can manufacture the appearance of consensus. Seen through that lens, cultural authority begins to look less organic and more strategically constructed. And if popularity can be engineered through access rather than authentic audience response, then what are we really measuring? Influence or infrastructure?
All right. Do you need anything? None of the people that have vocalized that another man, and to me, again, that whole conversation's a bit feminine. But if you're going to say some shit like that, you should have actually done something to help the problem. But I never got the call from Ray saying, do you need anything? And anyone else that I've ever given, paid a bill, paid their rent, paid their college, any dollar, not one person, and I don't want them to, because they know I'm all right. But not one person has called and said, yo, could I send you something to help? But I don't need the help. But if you're going to talk about it, be about it. But to me, that's just a jab when you tell and promote a false narrative and say that I'm in such a bad place that another dude should help me, and that my tail's in between my legs, to the extent, because of a lawsuit, that I would actually take that money. I'm a man. I don't want nobody to give me nothing but the opportunity to do what I gotta do, and I don't see no opportunity. I don't want to perform for the Super Bowl. I'm not all right with the NFL. I'm still mad it ain't no black owners. We went from kneeling to being happy when we could perform for them. That wasn't what I was about. I was about ownership of our own league and taking pride in that. I'm not a court jester for everybody else to get good ratings. I know what we're being used for, and I'm not cool with that. So it's a big deal is to jump on a stage for a bunch of white owners? No, that's embarrassing to me. It's a spectacle. They're laughing at us. Like being tatted on the back by another culture is not how I judge my my success. Only person that has the audacity to pat me on my back is my family. And they better, I'd be like, you better chill out. I don't want no pats on the back. I don't play that. I'm not in the patty pat club. On no level.
I feel you. But speaking of the NFL, I know right now Nicki Minaj, she calling out Jay. And I know Colin Kaepernick's wife, she called out Jay saying that, Jay did her husband wrong. But I don't know. I don't know the backstory behind that, man. But I know it's going, viral right now on social media. But I do want to ask you, how do you feel about the NFL?
For many, it was difficult to ignore. The controversy surrounding the Super Bowl performance became a revealing case study in how legitimacy is negotiated behind closed doors. Eminem's reported insistence on inclusion stood in stark contrast to hesitation from key decision makers, exposing how alliances operate when the exposure is absolute and the stakes are global. Talent was never the issue. Permission was. When one voice must authorize another's access to the world's largest stage, the real question becomes unavoidable. Who actually controls the gate? What followed suggested deeper tension surrounding power, dignity, and ownership. Public concern was expressed, yet private support appeared absent. The resulting narrative implied dependency, weakness, even quiet desperation. Those claims were firmly rejected. No assistance was requested. None was needed. The issue was opportunity, not charity. Respect, not spectacle. The Super Bowl itself was framed not as an honor, but as a platform serving interests far removed from the culture it profits from. He said,
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. And when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that shit.
So by you, you're good, bro. You're fucking good. He's protecting hip hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and make them the weirdos, then they're gonna think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
Shut up. He's in trouble. We live in New York, bro.
No.
We live here.
No, free Jay-Z.
I'm just saying.
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. Yo, we can all see. You are crazy. That was the craziest thing. I literally.
What's the out here, Rock Nation? I gotta send her that.
You don't feel like that happened the same day, bro. What's the day came out the day before, the next day?
I was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran. I got my daughter in my arm. I'm scrolling, right? I see somebody screenshot your shit. Is Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa fair? And then the comment is 50 said, Jay said, they said I the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look, like angling yourself as
a family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
that
bro.
was planned already. I'm
They had to go to the premiere.
And I realized that later, but I'm just saying too, I haven't seen him in a long time. That's all I said. When I hadn't seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa, I said, whoa. That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is at my phone? This is my phone. This is happening at real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no.
Rappers, listen, comedians are the new rappers, bro. That's
why
the
do
thing.
people come to my page?
That's true.
I know what I'm saying.
You know what they say?
That is true.
Well, you don't think you're gonna happen next? Yeah, that's what they said to me, buddy. Well, you're next, buddy.
Even so, perception had already settled. In an age of nonstop visibility, coincidence is rarely accepted at face value. Here, humor functioned as both armor and signal. Jokes travel faster than clarification, reinforcing the belief that public figures are always performing, even in moments intended to be private. Comedy became commentary, collapsing the line between entertainment and interpretation. When everything is captured, clipped, and shared, reaction is instant, and narrative often outruns intention. Within this climate, Jay-Z's partnership with Beyoncé represents a rare convergence of personal life and strategic expansion. Supporters describe it as a natural evolution, two global forces building a unified empire, but critics view it through a different lens. questioning where authenticity ends and brand architecture begins. In a world where image is currengurrency,
This guy's supposed to be from Queens, bro.
Let me come fucked up experience.
You take him off the corner.
What I'm saying is I know a couple of exes that fucking throw me under the bus.
You should let him have the corner. None of this would have happened if you let him have the corner. Would have been fine.
And you know there's some like opportunists. They'll just throw out the fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. You had to have something. Look, if you already interacted with the person, right?
Some claims emerge
And
not from
you
harm,
hadn't
but
had a
from
bad
resentment.
experience.
Proximity to fame.
It would take more for them to say some of the shit that you see these people say. Right? Like, you go, what made you do? What made you, even when we part ways, and because a lot of times when we interact with people, they don't necessarily, they're not just having fun for tonight. They think we're bleeding into this hardcore relationship that may not materialize. Right? So I see what you're saying, where they can look and go, well, look, you met the girl in 2003. You hung out with her. You had a good time after the show with 30 girls there. You just went and y'all hung out, right? And y'all just part ways, right? So there's no negative things between it, but she can look up at the TV now and you've been a success since then. Feel like that's my life. I was supposed to be there and be upset with you and say something. But will it have any merit to it?
If I gotta keep
that
it real,
woman hasn't been
you ain't always have the most amicable breakups. Do you remember where, I think it's your baby moms, where it's like she was kind of speaking out, and then all of a sudden the house just got burnt down.
Yeah, but you know it happens. Left eye. She burned the house down.
This nigga is crazy. That's what I was saying.
No, my God, he goes, wow. So I know how you feel about me now. No. He's going. He's great. So he saw me right the match.
I want my block back.
He goes, look, I have faith in our just justice.
I'm a civilian
I believe
now.
there will be consequences connected to the behaviors and actions that this brother is talking about.
Oh my goodness, man.
Why is that a part of his thought process today while we're here having a good time?
That's a good ass point.
Look, you do have people that really, look, when you break up with them, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
So they'll say things and you go, yeah, but it doesn't hold merit. It doesn't have any.
Even love can be interpreted as leverage. When no substantiation exists, over time, frustration calcifies into allegation, and audiences begin to blur the line between grievance and credibility. Ultimately, the focus returns to power and perception. When legacy operates at scale, every action is analyzed, every absence interrogated, and every relationship reframed as strategy. The question shifts from what happened to who controls the story once success is cemented, and whether truth can survive in an environment where visibility itself is treated as evidence. Amid accusation and counterclaim, the timeline becomes critical. Many of the allegations now circulating trace back more than 2 decades, so distant that legal recourse is no longer possible. The events referenced predate current careers, relationships, and public identities. Here, time functions as both shield and complication, softening accountability while intensifying speculation. Through the documentary's wider lens, Diddy appears less as an isolated figure and more as part of a broader system that governs access. Influence flows through relationships, mentorships, and control of platforms rather than overt command. Power operates quietly through alignment, exclusion, and selective opportunity long before outcomes become visible to the public. As scrutiny intensifies, attention turns to timing. Why now? Why this moment? One explanation suggests that public outrage cycles through acceptable targets. When one figure falls, another rises to absorb the moment's anger. Accountability becomes selective rather than comprehensive. What follows is often a cascade of accusations, framed as patterns rather than proof. Careers allegedly redirected, partnerships reshaped, loyalty rewarded, defiance punished. Whether verified or speculative, these narratives point to a recurring theme: power as relational, sustained through favors, silence, and strategic